set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And we are underway from Santa Clara.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Purdy now to throw.
Ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard.
And he'll get it inside the 35. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week.
13 carries, 51 yards and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Niners are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football. Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
And this is going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at the 23.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the #5 overall seed.
It's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Prescott. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Not good for 22 and a first down.
Well, Christian McCaffrey is as tough to bring down as they come at the running back position, and he proved it right there. On first down, it's Purdy.
It's caught. Touchdown 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Niners take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Cowboys and Dak Prescott getting set to take over once more. And he's had a hard time avoiding the interceptions of late. A couple last week, a couple more so far in this one. See if he can do better here as they start with a first down. Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The Cowboys at 12-3 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
It's a keeper with Prescott, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Dak Prescott scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out, but I don't think there's any worries with it.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 74 yards.
And the 49ers have moved out in front.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On third down, it's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here we go. Let's go do this thing, baby. They can't really straight up. It's gonna work. Oh, wait, you over there. You let it all out here. Leave it all out here. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Defense, one stop.
To the air again, Prescott. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Prescott to throw it.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So now on fourth down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Purdy looking to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Mike
Micah Parsons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Purdy. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. Able to slither by, and he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
Prescott on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go until halftime. On play action, Prescott.
Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott.
Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Prescott yet again. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Oh, good return up past the 30.
The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
On a jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Being chased out left, and he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This is caught. It's Cooks.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Off the play fake, Prescott. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Dak Prescott with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Purdy to throw it on first down. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a chip.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Purdy. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons
Able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Purdy, big 4th down play.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll give him 4 yards there, and 3rd and 1 now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Takes it at the 7.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, Prescott here to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This game, it was well in hand early, never really an